Being human is the cornerstone of the doctor-patient relationship. Now, this was a lesson um, that was driven home by Dr. T.R. Gopalan. He was my first guest on the U Plus AI podcast way back in May of this year. And I regard him not just as a guest, but he's been a mentor to me for all things healthcare. And he put it so eloquently, about this very fundamental point of the doctor-patient relationship. What he said is that yes, we can have technological interventions. We can have speech to text to understand what goes on between the doctor and patient. We could have video analytics. We could have apps which could extract all the patient data, different kinds of history, their dietary history, their family history, their lab results, everything into a nice way and sort of present it on a timeline or a dashboard such that when the patient comes to the doctor has complete information. I mean, these are all things that we could do, you know, and definitely they will use AI and machine learning for many of those things to come true. But what Dr. Gopalan very eloquently put at the end is that ultimately the patient requires the doctor to be a human. The patient wants the doctor to listen to him or her, to have soothing words, being told to him. And Dr. Gopalan said they probably want their doctor to touch them, to have an understanding arm around them. And even if the diagnosis is very grave, to give them hope, to have empathy, to talk to them in a very meaningful and concerned manner as a fellow human. And not just talk to them, but talk to their family, maybe their spouse, maybe their parents, maybe their child. A human talking to other members in their family and explaining how they will manage this condition or the disease that has been diagnosed. So I think that is really a key point that we need to keep in mind. We can design AI in healthcare solutions. Certainly, there's a tremendous opportunity, but we need to keep in mind that are these solutions fostering the human connection between the doctor and the patient? Anything in that line certainly has great potential because ultimately, as Dr. Gopalan said, I repeat once more, the patient requires the doctor to be a human.